There's a moment right before you react where everything is decided. That pause, that breath, that split second between what happens to you and what you do about it. Most people don't even notice it. They jump straight from trigger to reaction, from emotion to explosion, from feeling to action. But the ones who master that pause, they master everything. Because the art of not reacting isn't about being passive, it's about being powerful. Let me explain. When someone insults you, your body wants to fight back. When someone disrespects you, your ego wants to defend itself. When someone pushes your buttons, every instinct screams at you to push back harder. But here's what most people don't understand. Reacting doesn't make you strong, it makes you predictable. When you react instantly, you give your power away. You let someone else control your emotions. You let their words dictate your state. You let their energy pull you out of your center. And the moment you do that, you've already lost. Not reacting isn't weakness. It's the ultimate form of control. It says, you don't have the power to move me. Your words don't own me. Your actions don't define my response. That's strength, real strength. Think about water. When you throw a rock into water, the water doesn't fight back, it doesn't resist, it doesn't try to destroy the rock. It simply absorbs the impact and returns to stillness. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. The water remains water, calm, fluid, unbroken, and the rock, it sinks every time. This is what it means to master non-reaction. You let things pass through you without letting them change you. You observe without absorbing. You witness without becoming. Most people are controlled by their emotions. Something happens, they react. Someone speaks, they respond. A trigger appears, they explode. They live in a constant state of reaction, always at the mercy of external events, always being pulled in every direction by things outside their control. But when you learn to pause, when you learn to observe your own impulse before acting on it, you step into a different kind of power, the power of choice. Because in that pause, you get to decide. Do I want to engage with this? Does this deserve my energy? Will reacting make things better or just make me feel justified for a moment? Most of the time, the answer is clear. Silence, stillness, walk away. Not because you're afraid, not because you're weak, but because you're wise enough to know that not everything deserves a response. Here's something important. Your peace is more valuable than your pride. Read that again. Your peace is more valuable than your pride. Most reactions come from ego, from the need to be right, from the need to defend yourself, from the need to prove something to someone who probably doesn't even matter. But what do you actually win when you react? A moment of satisfaction? A brief sense of victory? And what do you lose? Your calm, your clarity, your center. The trade is never worth it. Powerful people understand this. They don't react to every insult. They don't engage with every provocation. They don't waste their energy on battles that don't matter. They protect their peace like it's sacred, because it is. Let me ask you something. How many times have you reacted to something and regretted it later? How many arguments could have been avoided if you just stayed quiet? How many relationships were damaged because you couldn't let something go? How many sleepless nights came from words you wish you hadn't said? Reaction is expensive. It costs you more than you realize in the moment. But stillness is free, and it pays dividends forever. The people who provoke you are often the ones who are suffering the most. Hurt people hurt people. Insecure people attack. Broken people try to break others. When you understand this, you stop taking things personally. You realize that their reaction isn't really about you. It's about their pain, their fear, their inability to handle their own emotions. And when you see that clearly, reacting seems almost cruel. Why would you add fuel to someone else's fire? Why would you meet chaos with more chaos? The most powerful response is often no response at all. Not because you're ignoring them, but because you're choosing peace over war. You're choosing calm over conflict. You're choosing yourself over the situation. Here's what changes when you stop reacting. You stop giving people power over your emotions. You stop being controlled by things outside of you. You stop wasting energy on things that don't matter. And you start reclaiming your inner world. You become untouchable, not because nothing affects you, but because you choose what gets in. That's the art of not reacting. It's not suppression, it's selection. It's not avoidance, it's awareness. It's not passivity, it's power. So the next time someone tries to provoke you, pause. The next time your ego wants to defend itself, breathe. The next time you feel the urge to react, ask yourself, is this worth my peace? Most of the time, it's not. Let them talk. Let them push. Let them try. You stay still. You stay centered. You stay you. Because true power isn't loud. True power doesn't need to prove itself. True power sits quietly in the eye of the storm, untouched by the chaos around it. That's the art of not reacting. And once you master it, nothing can disturb your peace again.